What's going on, guys? In today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how I made $138 from $35 trading Boom 1000, and how you guys can also trade Boom and Crash. These pairs literally almost the same. You can analyze them in the same way. So most people are under the assumption that it's gambling because it's going down or any spike. No, it's because you're focusing on the 1 minute. If you actually go to the higher time frame, you can actually see the structure very well. For example, this market structure that we are trading in right now, I actually added yesterday. I had my low and my high, and if you guys can see how it actually traded into this fair value gap right over here. So after trading into the fair value gap, we have expanded higher. And what are we aiming for? We are actually aiming for this TP1 right over here. That's what we are aiming for. So right now that we're already in the bullish sentimental setup, what do we wait for? We literally wait for another similar thing. We see with a market structure shift right over here, and we leave a fair value gap behind. Then you see our market will literally draw our fibs low to high, and when the market retraces into our entry zone, we literally get our entry. So something like this. So now we actually wait for this, and we get in for our entry. Or it won't retrace all the way down there. We could even wait for the market to just retracing the fair value gap, and we can buy. So you see that you'll be risking, let's say you have an entry that's over here, you will be risking $15 to make about 55, which is about 1:4 risk to reward, which is pretty good. So actually that was in the TP, so you're risking around $15 to make about $84, which is more than good, right? Which is maybe 1:6. So this simple strategy can work on every pair. So I will just take a look at another one with Boom 900 index. So for example, let's take Boom 900 index. Let's start on the daily. So on the daily, we can see how it's been going down, right? And after it's been going down, we can see how with this one, this is our high and this is our low. So now what are we waiting for? We are waiting for it to retrace back into this zone, into this entry zone. So it means that right now on the lower time frame we are bullish. So we now go to our H4, and we now try to see what type of structure do we have, what kind of market structure do we have, and we can literally see that on the 1 hour with our market structure shift low to high, and the market didn't retrace all the way to our entry zone, but it traded into this breaker block, this fair value gap over here, which we call the breaker block. So after that happened, if you guys can just take a closer look, we now look for another market structure shift in the zone that we traded into. And do we have it? Yes, we do. We have a market structure shift right over here, and we also left a fair value gap behind this one. So now I'll wait for the market to actually trade into that fair value gap, and I'll actually execute. So I'm actually looking to be executing this trade, and I will be updating you guys on how it goes. But this is a trade that I'm actually going to be executing on. So my entry is going to be around here, and my stop loss is going to be around here. So I'll be risking about $7, and I'll be aiming for these previous highs over here. So I'm risking about $7 to make 40, which is actually a lot. And I'll be updating you guys on the next video. I'll make a video about this, so make sure that you guys subscribe. And also I'll be sharing the PDF with the strategy in the Telegram group for free. So you guys make sure that you join the Telegram group, and you guys will be receiving the PDF, you'll be receiving the strategy all for free. And I will explain the strategy in depth in the next video again. So for now, I'll just teach you guys what basic supply and demand is. So supply and demand is, let's take for example, this is Apple product. This is an Apple product. This is their base price, which is about $100, right? And then they release a new Apple product. It's going for $100. The demand of the product is going to be high, so it's going to cause the price to spike up. So after the price spikes up, you realize that the sales will go lower, so they'll have to discount their product, right? And after they discount their product, when more clients start to come in, they'll push the price higher. When the sales start to be lower, they'll discount their product. Then after discounting the prices, they'll push the price higher. Sales start to become lower, they'll discount their prices, right? So now I want you guys to understand and to also know how we get these entries, how we know that the price is now going to be discounted, now it's going to go higher. We use these fair value gaps. That's when we use our if a product has gone from $100 to 200, they will discount it to $150. They won't. If you see them actually going down all the way below the $100 benchmark, it now means that that product is no longer going up, it's now going down in price, right? So now that we are entering this fair value gap, I'm actually going to take an entry into this fair value gap, and I'm actually going to show you guys myself executing. So that's what I'm just waiting for the market to actually trade into the fair value gap, and I'll take an entry so that you guys can actually see that I'm also trading what I'm preaching. I'm also teaching you guys how to trade, and I'm also taking the same entry with you. So you have to be patient, because when it moves down, it moves slow, but when it goes up, it's right. So for those who don't have the patience to go trade with them, I think this is the perfect way for you guys to be analyzed. So right now, we're just waiting for the market to trade into our fair value gap before we actually get an entry. So I'm going to have our first entry right into the fair value gap. Then we're going to have our second entry right in this zone. So our first entry is going to be right about here. Okay, we're about to have the first entry. Then our second entry is going to be right about here, risking about $4. And then with our first entry, we'll probably be risking about $7. So this is our fair value. So I'm just waiting for it to tap these highs over here. Yeah. So we'll be risking about $7 with our first entry. And the other one will be risking about $4. So that's $10 on the setup. So I'm just waiting for it to actually trade into the fair value gap wall so that I can execute. You have to be, sometimes it will leave you behind, but precision is better than not being in it or being stopped out or having a bad entry. So right now that we are actually, so I'm just waiting for this candle closure. Okay, good. So now that we have actually traded into that fair value gap on the M15, on the M30, now you can actually find me executing my trade. You will now find me executing and not having a bad entry. So that's when I'll execute, and I'll have my stop loss right at the low, which is about $7.49. There we go. So now I'm going to have entry at the top and entry at the bottom. So now my Fibonacci to when I take profits, is all the way at about $23, which is actually not bad. Or you could expand it to $30, but I'm content with TP1 on the setup. So now we have high probability setups, and